Hi everybody, I'm Oriana Shea and I'm here with Keegan Sin, and today on Real Talk we're going to talk about all those commercials and online ads that you see all the time from big companies that say they're going to buy your home for cash, or we buy ugly houses, no costs, no fees. Well, there's definitely some things you need to know and understand about iBuyers. Stay tuned. Okay, so Keegan.
Yes.
What's an iBuyer?
So an iBuyer is a term that we throw around in our industry a lot lately, and really what an iBuyer is, it's a industry buyer. So it's a buyer that is backed by a corporation that gives them access to assets and flexibility of time, but those benefits to you can definitely come at a cost.
So what are the costs? How do these companies make money? Each platform is so different.
They're all very different, and a lot of these companies, Zillow, Redfin, Opendoor, they have a range of costs that typically averages between 6 to 12%.
Wow.
And that's on the front end, and we're not even talking about where they price the home that they offer it.
So big companies like these will often promise no commission or low costs, but then the fees are called other things.
Yep, they
right?
have transaction fees or service fees, and then they try to keep it pretty vague about repair costs as well. In this scenario, you're willing to kind of trade your equity for the time and convenience. If time is more important to you than the money, this might be a good option, but the devil is always in the details.
Well, I would think that if time is really more important than money, there's other options out there. If someone really needs to get the property sold fast as is, wouldn't it still make sense for them to talk to an agent?
I definitely would make sense to talk to an agent. I think if you talk to any well-established agent, a lot of us have other resources other than going to open market. We have cash investors as well, and we can bring multiple people to the table to give the seller a competitive offer while also not paying those service fees that these companies may charge.
Right. And the other thing that I think is really important to shine a light on is that a computer cannot value a home. So what you have to really understand is that these companies generate automated valuations on these properties, and it's never going to be the same as the buyers determining what the true value of somebody's property is, right?
Completely. And to even piggyback on that, we have to remember they're using a base algorithm that has probably changed over the last recent years as they've started purchasing as well. Because wouldn't you, if you were buying a home, wouldn't you want to choose the price instead of telling them the actual value?
Well, yeah, and not only that, but the buyers determine the value. Why would you put your biggest asset in the hands of a computer or a robot? A robot cannot tell you what your home is really worth.
No,
right?
It's going to use a basic algorithm around everything that's nearby that it considers comparable, not counting upgrades, location, or anything that really could add extra value to your home.
Right. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, iBuyers are companies, conglomerates, they're in it to make a profit, right? They want to make a return on their investment.
Yes. And typically what they're doing is they're using those fees and extra costs to get them below market value, and then they just go around and put it back on the market for actual market value and let the buyers truly decide the value of that home.
Right. And some of these companies, on top of their fees and their service fees, they're also going to do an inspection of the property and build in repair costs. So they're going to basically charge the seller what it's going to cost them to make the repairs after the sale is done and the seller moves out, on top of whatever price they're offering the seller. So these fees can end up being well over 10-12%.
Yes, they really can, and that can really cut into it. And when you're working with an established agent, sometimes repairs are things that they can help you negotiate your way around.
Absolutely. So like you said earlier, if time really is of the essence and you want to just sell the property as is and not deal with the whole sale process, I would still recommend meeting with a reputable agent, market the property to several cash investors, because most reputable agents have a pool of investors that are reputable, that they know will be competitive, and this is another way to at least make sure that you don't leave boatloads of money on the table.
I completely agree. I think a lot of agents out there have multiple approaches that can kind of fit everybody. We aren't just trying a one-size-fits-all approach. And if time is of the essence, we can help you find that right approach and that right strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So ultimately, if you would like to find out what best options would fit you, whether you want to go the route of a iBuyer, or if you think a traditional route could make more sense, we encourage that you at least run the numbers, see which one makes sense, and kind of see where the real market value of your home is, and not just base it off the algorithm that they give you. So we ultimately want everybody to feel comfortable that we work with. We want them to decide which is the best route for them, but we also want them to know that they aren't leaving money on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, this is one of your most valuable assets, guys. If you want to make the most amount of money, then you need to get it in front of the most buyers. All you need to do is click the link down below to schedule your free consult with one of us. There's never any pressure or hassles with us, right?
Yeah, nothing. We're just trying to give you a good idea of where you stand.
We will really show you the difference between the numbers, and then you make a decision. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And again, please like, subscribe, or comment down below. We would love to hear from you. Bye for now.
Ciao.